All right, guys, we are live, and it is fantasy football playoff time. Now, before I get to that, I do have an order of business, and that is I owe Kevin a shot. So, Mi Familia Flores tequila. And I just have to say, ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Which roughly translates to Kevin is getting crushed this week. So you knew I wasn't doing you anything dodgy here. Went ahead and poured myself a healthy shot here for you, Kevin. I don't remember what this is for. And to be honest, I don't care. Welch's pay our debts. So there you go. Salute to you. Okay, now you all remember Mr. Smoke Pub. Mr. Smoke Pub has provided us with a lovely, beautiful smoked old fashioned. I used some beech wood tonight. It's going to be wonderful. So we got a little more time than usual. I'm not going to cover the losers bracket. You guys are chumps. I don't need to talk about you guys. But I'm going to spend a little more time on the winners bracket matchups. And then I'm going to talk about the Waffle Bowl. Okay, so let's kick this off with the matchup nobody cares about, which is Reese versus Senior in the who cares battle to see who gets their ass kicked by me or Kevin next week, which is the actual Super Bowl. So I'm going to give you guys my God's honest take on each player, okay? So we're going to run down Reese's side here. Matt Stafford, Puka Nacua, Kyron Williams, all horrifically bad plays at Seattle. Short week, Seattle's going to be pumped. You know the deal, son. It's going to be rough for the Rams tonight. I'm looking at Zay Flowers against New England. That's a tough matchup. Jordan Addison, great matchup, but his quarterback sucks. Just what it is. They're talking about lining up Justin Jefferson as a goddamn running back, by the way, just to get him the fucking ball. That's how out of sync him and J.J. McCarthy are. Let me try this bad boy. Ooh. Yeah, that's good. There we go. That'll get you there. Now, Kyron Williams, I told you, he sucks. I can't believe Reese is not playing Blake Corum. Blake Corum has been amazing. He's been the best running back since Marshall Faulk on the Rams lately, better than Todd fucking Gurley. How he's not playing him is beyond me. He's playing Rico Dowdle, good matchup. Tyler Warren is downright not playable. I hate to break it to you, but you might as well cut him. Tyler Warren has not scored 10 points in a game since week 7. He has not hit 9 points in a game since week 10. He's not a difference maker. Just like I said earlier in the season, congratulations on getting a couple 12, 13-point games out of him, but he fucking sucks. You should pick up someone else and play someone else. Like Colston Loveland's just sitting there, dude. They have no receivers healthy. The Packers have no pass rush. Colston Loveland's the play. Tyler Warren, bag of shit. Fucking terrible fantasy play by Reese. And honestly, I'm embarrassed for you that you're considering starting him. Tony Pollard, you know, he might do okay because the Chiefs have pretty much given up now that Mahomes is out. They've given up. The Jags, not playable at Denver, terrible matchup. Although I shouldn't say not playable because Bo Nix certainly is capable of throwing a pick six. So I'm going to leave the door open for that. Now on Senior side of things, no fucking way can you trust Lamar Jackson. George Pickens in a brutal matchup, plus he has just quit on this team. Amon-Ra's been consistently awesome. He's doing great as the number 2 wideout behind Jameson Williams. Shout out Jared. Jameson Williams does not suck. You suck. Jalen Waddle not playable now that Quinn Ewers is at quarterback. I would suggest putting DJ Moore in. Strongly suggest. It'd be really dumb to play Jalen Waddle with Quinn Ewers. Josh Jacobs at Chicago, probably a good bet for like 80 yards and a touchdown. Genty, not even rosterable, let alone playable at Houston. Dallas Goedert has been a revelation, been solid for Senior all year. I like him at Washington to get into the end zone. Marv, if he plays, should do well against Atlanta. Ought to be fine. And Buffalo at Cleveland, good play there. Now, let's bold prediction this on both sides of things. All right. My bold prediction on Reese's side of things is that Kyron Williams is kept afloat fantasy wise by scoring a touchdown tonight. He's going to get into the end zone. He's not going to do much else. I mean, I'm thinking maybe 60 yards in a score. Blake Corum will outscore Kyron Williams tonight. There you go. Now, on senior side of things, I'm going to say Lamar Jackson legacy game against New England. I'm going to say Lamar Jackson puts up 35 plus fantasy points for the first time all season long. Mega game for Lamar coming. Who's going to win? Senior's going to win because it's going to wind up being, the Welch Dynasty Bowl again, like it usually is. I mean, why do the rest of you even show up? I mean, honestly, it's going to be me versus Senior. That's what it is. Senior and I might as well play in week 1, and we can just skip the whole season. I mean, that's usually what it winds up being. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time over embellishing my guys. Okay, I don't need to go into too much detail about my guys. You guys all know that I'm going to win. I'm 14-1. I'm looking at this here. I'm looking at Bijan Robinson against Arizona, Christian McCaffrey against the Colts, Jamar Chase against Miami, and they're clearly tanking. They want to lose. Jackson Smith and Jigba against a horrible Rams secondary. Josh Allen, does it even fucking matter who Josh Allen's playing? It's not Houston. They're the only ones that can contain him. Trey McBride is otherworldly. Jamison Williams is the wide receiver 8 on the season. He has 2 games with 0. If you're on Jared's team, he'd have cut him into free agency. Not Justin Jefferson, though. I guess Jared likes the name better, but Jefferson is wide receiver 32, and JMO is wide receiver 8. Pretty big goddamn gap between those two players, but you would never know it to see how Jared talks about both of them. Now, if I do have a weak spot here this week, it's defense, because Kansas City might be tanking. They might be trying to lose. They're playing the Titans, though, and I don't know if they can out-tank the Titans. So I still feel pretty good about that. Now, on Kev's side of things, Darnold, about the best option you could ask for. The Rams have just been getting shredded in the secondary. Really like the matchup for Cortland Sutton. Think he's going to do well. Terry McLaurin isn't going to do shit against Philly. They have Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, and they're both just way too good for him to do anything with Mariota at quarterback. So we're talking like 50 yards tops. No score. He's not getting it. They're not going to throw for a touchdown against Philly. Rashee Rice isn't going to play. So either Xavier Worthy, which should be the play because he'll pretty much be the only show in town, or he'll plug in Jawan Jennings and watch McCaffrey get the ball 40 times while Jawan Jennings does nothing because they just had a bye week. Judkins, I know what you're thinking. Oh, great matchup against Buffalo. But if they get down a bunch early, Judkins can get game scripted out, and he very well might in this one. Travion Henderson, every once in a while he has a mega game. Last week he had a mega game. He's basically had 3 of them in a row, or 3 of them all season. I'll take my odds there. McCaffrey does great every week. He's competing with McCaffrey. Pretty big disadvantage there. Now, Colby Parkinson, I'm not worried about any tight end you got. I got Trey McBride. I don't give a shit. RJ Harvey, brutal matchup with the Jags, but I do expect that game to low-key be a shootout, which makes it kind of interesting playing the Denver defense against a red-hot Jacksonville offense that is really finding success pounding the ball on the ground. So, not giving you a whole lot of opportunities for takeaways. Denver is a no-fly zone, though. Can't really throw on them, and they're going to get sacks. They're going to do their thing. So my bold prediction on Kevin's side of things here, I'm going to go with Xavier Worthy catches a long touchdown. Xavier Worthy's going to get behind a terrible Titans secondary for a 60-yard score, 50 to 60 plus yards. I'll set the bar at 50. On my side of things, bold prediction, Chris Olave finishes this week as the wide receiver one in fantasy. I'm talking like a buck 80 and 2 or 3 touchdowns. He is going to shred the Jets. The Jets cannot defend. And the Saints have no running backs healthy. Devon Vele's out. They got no one else. It's going to be the Chris Olave show all day, all night. Yards, touchdowns, championships. Now, who's going to win? Obviously, I'm going to win. I'm rooting for Kevin. I would really like to lose. I don't want to win, guys. I just can't help it. It's just so, if you guys knew how easy this shit was for me, like, it's embarrassing. I hate having to watch Kevin fumble around with his lineup, not knowing what to do. It's ridiculous. But, he's given it his level best effort, and I guess that's all you can say. That's all you can ask for. He doesn't really belong in the playoffs, kind of backed his way in. Not one of the highest point scoring teams. He just got lucky with the schedule. In fact, Tony Jr. has more points than him, and he's 5-10. So Tony Jr. actually deserved to be here a lot more than Kevin did. And I would have much preferred playing Tony. It would have been a closer matchup, I think. But hopefully we get a miracle and this game is within 20 points. I doubt it, but we'll see. Now, let's give you a little preview of the Waffle Bowl. So basically, Joe's got the Bucks. Baker, Egbuka, Evans, Godwin, Bucky. They're playing a very tough Panthers defense. It's a stupid strategy, and it's why Joe is where he is. I expect James Cook to do very well at Cleveland. Brock Bowers, again, cut him. Don't cut him, because I don't want a playoff team picking him up. But, you can move on from Brock Bowers. You can go pick up a different tight end. Brock Bowers isn't doing shit. He's, terrible, terrible offense. Woody Marks is probably not playing. So that means Joe will plug in maybe Chris Rodriguez or Jordan Mason. I don't know. Who cares? So my bold prediction on Joe's side of things is Joe can eat more waffles than you expect. And we're going to find out. So I'm going to say Joe winds up putting down 12 or 13 waffles, and he's at Waffle House for 11 to 12 hours. Now, on Tony's side of things, Tony's actually putting an effort in. He's got, Tet McMillan, Jacoby Brissett is a fantastic play. Jahmyr Gibbs, Chase Brown, Tyrone Tracy, Travis Kelce, pretty much nobody else there except Xavier Worthy. Tyquan Thornton also out for them. There's nobody left, guys. So there's that. Let's go bold for Tony here. I am going to say that Jacoby Brissett continues his run of fantasy dominance. I'm going to say 24 plus fantasy points in a shootout with Atlanta, en route to Tony getting the week 1 of the Waffle Bowl dub. So there you go, guys. There's your matchup preview. I did your shot, Kev. There you go. I forgot, too, that Jason lost a bet with me with the Bears and the Bengals, where he was supposed to do a shot before every game for the rest of the season and send it to the league. So, Jason, you owe a lot of shots, bud. So work it out. I'll see you guys later. And, again, best of luck, Kev. I really hope you win. I'm pulling for you hard, buddy.